Very quiet at the moment, yeah.
The morning coffee rush has turned to a trickle at Kylie Bastos's Gold Coast Cafe.
How much are we down, Chloe?
Well, at the moment we're down 60%.
60%?
Yeah, it's not very much fun.
Her cafe is only blocks from the New South Wales border, leaving many of her staff and customers shut out.
It's a ghost town in Coolangatta at the moment.
The beachside communities of Coolangatta and Tweed Heads are so intertwined, the area is known as Twin Towns despite being in different states. But in mid-August, free movement stopped here when New South Wales announced a statewide COVID lockdown, and Queensland responded by blocking almost all interstate workers from entry.
Queenslanders don't want to see those case numbers come into Queensland, so that is why there is a border closure.
To stop people from going to work that are healthy, and there's no current cases anywhere near where we are because of an arbitrary line in the sand that was drawn years and years ago. I think that's a tough pill for people to swallow.
It is crippling Kylie's business. She can't afford to pay the rent.
I'm lucky at the moment if I'm taking $700 to $800 a day, which is pretty scary. A lot of people have local businesses here and they're going under.
A sign in the window at a nearby cafe breaks the bad news to customers.
It says due to border lockdowns and most of our staff being in New South Wales, they've been forced to close.
Laura Gerber represents this area in Queensland's Parliament for the opposition Liberal National Party. She believes the situation is so dire, the Palaszczuk government should introduce a border financial package.
If we're expected to bear the burden of this border closure to keep the rest of Queensland safe, then we need the state government to step up and support us because these guys won't survive.
But the Queensland Treasurer has rejected that, saying there's already enough assistance.
We made a significant commitment, $300 million from the state, $300 million from the federal government, as well as waiving a whole range of government fees and charges.
Tensions are rising. On Sunday, around 1,000 people attended a controversial protest where few were wearing masks.
Also, my kids are in Queensland, so I won't be able to see them.
This screen printing business on the southern Gold Coast is normally humming with activity, but a staff shortage has left them running at just 20% capacity. Carl Birch has come out of retirement to lend a hand.
I've got 4 of my key employees stuck over in the Tweed, and just to try and keep production going, I've had to come out.
His son Alan Birch owns the business and is fully vaccinated. But like most of his key staff, Alan is stuck on the wrong side of the border and warns the business is facing a scary future.
There's the real chance that if we can't keep the relationships going with our clients, that we will lose them.
There's approximately 24 to 25 builders on the ground in this area, in this one section, with only about 8 people working today, 8 sites active. The rest are all shut down.
In northern New South Wales, the building industry is grinding to a halt because the Queensland tradies who normally work here aren't crossing the border. Construction manager Rowan Cargill is left with unfinished jobs all over Lennox Head.
So with this is one of our projects under construction at the moment in Lennox, and this one is plastered, ready for fit out, ready for tile, ready for cabinetry. At the moment we'd be short probably 8 to 10 different gangs, varying from painters through to tilers, across to chippies, and the people that you're building for are then paying mortgages, plus they're paying their rents wherever they're living at the moment while their home's being delayed in build. It's just, the mental strain on the people working, the people that are building as well, that you're building for the customers, is horrendous.
What's making people anxious is Queensland could keep the hard border in place until at least the end of October.
It makes me want to cry, to be honest.
A multi-party group of New South Wales politicians believes it has a solution. They want a border community zone to be created where checkpoints would be moved to the south and west of the Tweed. But for that to happen, each state government needs to agree.
We don't want an outbreak here, but the reality is we don't have any outbreaks here. And so why are we all in prison? Why are we having to live like this when if we could just move the borderline?
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 730's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.